the Dallas chapter president, Abhishek Boinpalli, and to all the distinguished industry leaders, captains who have created 175,000 jobs in the US, have contributed 12 billion plus in revenues to the US, and have continued to support the growth and the momentum of the IT industry here in the US and back home in India. Thank you very much. I think you guys deserve a big round of applause for yourself and what you've done. Just wanted to share a couple of thoughts. I think something that's foremost on everybody's mind right now, something that's possibly right on top of most of your thought processes at this point in time, is what is happening in the US, especially after President Trump has taken charge. I think you're speaking in hushed. You would see lots of consequences. You would see lots of consequences which kind of trigger panic once in a while, which kind of trigger some kind of alarming thought processes, etc. The one thing I do believe, though, is that this is going to create a lot more opportunities back home in India. Now, that may not necessarily be good news for you readily, but I do believe that what the Trump government, the Trump administration here is trying to do is to basically bring back jobs to America. That's what they claim, at least. But I do believe sincerely that this might actually create a bigger wave of offshoring and create more jobs in India. There is an opportunity for all of you there as well. I was talking to a friend of mine just a couple of months ago about this same issue. I don't want to name names, but it's a major multinational company which has got presence in several countries. The one thing I've learned in a remote village in Tamil Nadu, it could be in a remote village somewhere in Bangladesh, or it could be a remote part of the US where you have your home and you could work right out of home as long as you can have connectivity. COVID has really shown us a mirror. COVID has really shown us a lot of possibilities as well. But one of the biggest opportunities that COVID has presented to all of us is that you could actually start moving, in the entire spectrum of work that you do in technology. There's a huge chunk of it which can actually be hived off and which can go to tier 2 cities. Most of you have offices in Hyderabad. Most of you have offices in Bangalore and other parts of India. Of course, that's great that you actually continue to support, our motherland. But even within the support that you've extended, even within the businesses that you've started in India, I think there's a huge chunk of it that can be done by tier 2 towns. That's exactly what we did in the last 10 years. So NTT, we were generally chit-chatting about what can be done, what should be done. So he was saying, the explosive growth of IT sector in Telangana is both a boon and a bane. I said, why? He said, I'm glad that the number of jobs has increased. In 2014, when Telangana was formed, the total number of technology jobs in Hyderabad and Telangana together was hardly 323,000. But in 2023 December, when we left office, that 323,000 almost became 1 million jobs. To be precise, 946,000 jobs. So he said it's good that the industry has grown, number of jobs have been created, people have started looking at Hyderabad with a great deal of interest, etc., etc. But he said it's bad because, you got these large corporations like that, and all the small IT companies, which possibly don't have the same brand leverage, brand image as that of Amazon or Google, etc., etc., have to compete with the likes of Amazon, Google to retain your employees. The employees you worked hard to train, the employees you've invested tons of money in training, you're losing to Google and Amazon. So this was the question Sanjeev was asking me. He said, I'm glad Amazon is here. I'm glad Google is here. I'm glad all these big companies are here, which have created a brilliant ecosystem. They come in with their suppliers, they come in with their partners, vendors, etc. But how do I compete with them? Each of them is paying huge money. And of course, there is a lure of working for a big brand. How do I compete? So then we had a heart-to-heart conversation. I asked Sanjeev, I said, why do you have to do all your business in Hyderabad? Because, Nagpur than it is to Hyderabad, in Adilabad. He was very hesitant. He said, no, I think The students would rather move to Hyderabad or Bangalore or Pune. I don't think they would be in Adilabad. I said, why don't you try? He said, okay, let me try. And he started with 50 people. He started a small center with 50 people. And 3 years later today, I'm happy to share with you, in Adilabad, NTT has grown, NTT subsidiary has grown to 500 people and it's still thriving. The point, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to make to you, a huge opportunity awaits you in India and tier 2 towns of India. Please consider it, because Amazons and Googles of the world are not going there. It is you guys who can go there. It is you guys who can actually create a brand there. I have another brilliant story to narrate to you. In 2 acres, he's truly built a world-class campus. In 2 acres, he's truly built a world-class campus, and I have inaugurated it myself. And I have to tell you, he is certainly trying to give back, of course, with a lot of passion, with a lot of commitment, with a touch of compassion, I guess, also, back to his home city, hometown, and he's doing really well. Likewise, I would appeal and urge to all of you. Governments across India, as Anju was saying, are very keen to engage with you. So I'd hope IT Serve will continue to engage with Maharashtra, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and all the states that are willing to work with you. That is possibly one way of ensuring that your growth continues, your momentum continues. The second thing I will tell you also, see, I've traveled the world. I've been to the first world, the US, the UK, Japan, Germany, and all the other, popular Western European countries as well. One thing I do remember, one thing I do believe strongly, if you start building your own story, please start looking at building your own story. Please start looking at building your own campuses, your own stories, because investment in infrastructure is something that is imminently going to happen. Whether national government wants it or not, you'll have to invest, because as JFK said very, very popularly, John F. Kennedy had said very, very popularly, and that's a quote I keep recollecting and recalling all the time. America, the United States of America, does not have good highways because it is rich. America is rich because it has invested heavily in having good highways and having great infrastructure. There is no substitute, to growth than investing in infrastructure. And I think that is something all state governments in India, the union government in India also has recognized, and therefore is bound to invest. My appeal to all of you, I know the challenges that you currently are facing. I know that the services are worried that AI, because I'm sure everybody's watching what Microsoft is doing, what Google is doing, what's happening in the technology world. But every single time we've seen this kind of disruption happen, we've also seen something else happen elsewhere, which creates hope, which creates opportunities. I think one of the opportunities that lie huge opportunities in tier 2 towns in India. I may or may not be betting my opportunity, will be more than happy technology for 10 years. I've seen several things in the last 10 years which kind of have been very, very disruptive. But the one disruptive thing that I've noticed, I've enjoyed doing is memories of Dallas from 2015, 2022. Memories of Dallas from 2015, 2022. Fond memories of meeting with all of you. And I do look forward, because I know for a fact that 2.5, 3 years from now, I'll be speaking again to you in Dallas as a Minister for Technology. So therefore, thank you. Now that's the sort of vote of confidence I like. Now that's the sort of vote of confidence I like, because I'm an optimist, a bit of an impatient optimist. I wish the elections were sooner. But anyway, 5 years is what it takes. I'm willing to go through this sabbatical of mine, and I'm willing to look, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you closely. Thank you for your support as always, Sudhakar and the entire IT Serve team. Looking forward to constantly